welcome to this edition of PC Voyage. I'm Andrew Doty.
And I'm Randy Laviolette. This week we have, along with the trivia question, trivia answer, and the address, look at him go. We also have, we take you on a trip to a computer fair. Ever wanted to know about how to buy a computer or software? We're taking you to the computer fair to talk to some of the people there. Also have Keith Davis on hand with Bits and PCs, and Donnelly Duprell with PC Voyage News. And before we get started, we're going to go right into the trivia question. When we come back, we're going to talk to you about the computer fair.
Here are this week's computer trivia questions. Number 1. Who founded Data General Corporation? And number 2. What does the plus command, verify, do?
You know, Rainey, for those who don't have the opportunity to attend a computer show, this is going to be a perfect intro. See what goes on there, see what it looks like, see what type of things are being sold there, and I think another thing it's going to give me the opportunity to learn is you can get some seriously good deals on software and hardware, and support products for your PC. And it gives you the opportunity to visit the people in person, right?
Can I speak now? Is it my turn? But don't you have to also be careful about the things that you buy there?
Yeah, yes, you do. You should be careful. You should, definitely question the person you're buying from. Go to the shows repeatedly and see who's there. Chances are those who attend the shows frequently are a good potential person to purchase from, or a company to purchase from. And on that note, here's what happened at the recent computer show.
We're here at the PC Fest Computer Show in West Springfield at the Big E Exhibition Grounds. I'm Randy Laviolette. Andrew Doty's here, and we're here right now with Kim Bauer. How you doing, Kim?
Fine. How are you today?
Good. Can you tell us a little bit about the shows that you're putting on?
Okay, it's a computer show and sale. We get together a whole bunch of exhibitors. They sell their product right at the show. Hardware, software, CD-ROM, peripheral supplies, anything you need for computers. Their prices are generally discounted from what you can find in the retail stores. Generally about 25 to 85% off, depending on the type of product.
That's great. What kind of people come to these shows?
Anybody who really has a home computer or a computer in their business, or even if they work with computers in their office.
How many vendors do we have here?
Today it's a slightly smaller show. We've got about 50 exhibitors. We do intend to continue to do shows in New England, develop the show, make it grow larger. And if you compare it to some of our more developed shows further south, where we have over 100 exhibitors, we expect it to grow to that point.
Where do you do your shows from? You mentioned down south. How far south do you go?
Our shows range from Virginia to Massachusetts on the East Coast.
This is your first show in Massachusetts, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Wow. You planning on doing another one in this area?
We'll be in Meriden, Connecticut on November 22nd at the Days Inn. We had a show there in September. It was a good show, and we expect a lot more exhibitors at that time. And then we'll be back here in Springfield. We haven't set the dates yet, but probably in January or February.
Is there a phone number that people can get more information about the computer fair itself?
The phone number for shows is 1-800-330-1700.
And this is the second show you've done in New England, from what you were telling me earlier. The other one you did in Meriden.
Yes, that is correct.
What kind of attendance do you expect?
Attendance today will probably be about 2,000 people. It's about what we had last time. Again, as we get more well-known in the area, that should grow as well as the show grows itself.
Mm-hmm. Well, great. I hope this is a great show for you. I see a lot of people walking around here buying stuff, a lot of bags, and
looks like there's a lot of bags going out.
That's what you want to see. Hey, thanks a lot, Kim.
Okay, thank you.
And have a good show.
Thank you.
Okay, we're here with Cheryl Sargent. She's one of the people walking around the show here trying to find the best deal that she possibly can today. and she's got a couple questions for us, so we'll see if we can help her out a little bit.
Who can I come to look for help if I have questions about the vendors or about just the hardware?
Well, what you want to do is you want to look for somebody who's been at most of the shows, okay? If the vendors go to all the shows and look like they're making a commitment, then they may be a pretty good vendor to deal with. They're not all out to get you. Another thing, maybe you might want to stop by your local club booth, like the New England Computer Society here. Stop by and talk to them, because they're rather unbiased. You know, they'll give you the honest idea based upon, the honest truth about their own experiences. So, you may want to ask somebody, even people just walking by, you may be nice enough to lean over and say, hey, have you dealt with this guy before? You never know. They may put a pretty good word in for him or clue you in the right direction.
I don't know what's actually in the box that I buy. How do I know what I'm getting?
All right, basically there's a couple things that you want to really look at. One, how long have they been in business? Okay. Two, what are they going to do for you if this breaks down? Okay, that's a major, major question. Okay. 3, is the machine FCC certified? Okay. Current ruling is FCC cannot, you can't sell a machine without it being FCC certified for fear of paying large penalties. Okay. And 4, does the machine come with a legal copy of DOS? Okay. And a legal copy of whatever other software they decide to throw in. It's different if it's shareware, but if you're talking about something like Windows or DOS, make sure that they're giving you copyrighted software with the manuals and the registration cards intact. All right? Thanks, Sean.
Okay. Thank you for everything.
We're here right now with Rosa Fleming from QHS Professional Services. I notice you're selling shareware.
Yes, I am.
What kind of shareware do you normally sell?
Basically, we sell window applications and DOS.
For people that may not know, what is shareware?
Shareware is programs that are wrote by authors that are demonstrations of higher advanced programs.
Okay.
It's more like a sample program, and if they like it, they can register it, and the programs that they get will have more advanced features than the shareware.
Okay. How many different titles do you people distribute?
Probably 2,500.
Oh, wow. How many do you bring to a show like this?
Usually we bring anywhere from 500 to 600.
Wow. How many discs do you sell? How many of these go at an average show?
Probably at an average show, we end up selling about 750 to 1,000 diskettes.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Where does the shareware come from?
Probably about 90% of it we register with the authors, and through the Association of Shareware Professionals plus authors send us their latest updates and things like that.
Do you virus check all these software?
Yes, we do.
You mentioned the Association of Shareware Professionals. What is that organization?
That's an organization where authors submit their programs to this place, and they pay, and they thoroughly check the programs out to see that they're fully operational and that they're beneficial to the public, things like that. And then the Association of Shareware Professionals distributed those programs to software dealers.
So you know that if somebody's a member of this organization, that maybe the software is a little bit better than...
Yeah.
Are most shareware vendors registered?
Probably not more than a sixth of them.
Really? Wow.
It's a low percent.
How does buying shareware from one vendor, one person like yourself, differ from buying it somewhere else?
Gee, I guess just the way that they display the products, the guarantees that they stand behind their software,
Such
the
as?
help. Well, like for us, it's mandatory that they take a business card and a sheet of how to work it. If they have any trouble, they can call a toll-free number that's there. We have a technician to help them. For catalogs, basically we support everything we sell.
Is this your first show in New England?
Yes, it is. We've never been up farther than Raritan
Where's that?
in New Jersey,
Oh,
upper
okay.
New Jersey.
Oh, okay. So you think you'll be back up here again?
Probably so, yes.
Good,
I know
good.
there's a show in Foxborough tomorrow, and we're going to be over there.
All right. I like the labels that you people put on these, nice color labels.
Oh, thank you.
One of the fanciest I've ever seen. I've heard you get compliments from people that are walking by.
Yes, I get. We resell to computer stores all across the United States, too, and Canada.
Oh, wow.
So we just like set up a whole display, and they take a whole display and resell it in their computer stores.
This is one of the best setups I think I've ever seen as far as finding out what all these titles are.
Oh, thank you.
Do you have a catalog as well?
Yes, we do. Our catalogs come based on the displays that they pick from. Because we don't carry all the displays that we have at the computer shows, I give them a card and they can send for a catalog, any section that they want. Like, we have 2 displays like this that are just all for Windows, display 1, display 2, and the catalogs are for that display.
And how can people get in touch with you if they want to get more
We have a toll-free number that they can call,
And what is the number?
800-933-9114.
And at that point there, they can order shareware or even send for a catalog?
Catalogs.
Well, great. Hey, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You're very
Have a
welcome.
good show.
Thank you.
We're here with Bill Stevenson, president of Townsend Computer Services. Hi, Bill.
Hi, how are you today?
Good. You have all these monitors stacked up here. What are they?
What we do is we purchase off-lease from IBM and various companies IBM VGA monitors. What we're doing is we're upgrading from EGA, CGA, monochrome. We do a lot of backup monitors for businesses, home monitors for laptop computers, and we do a lot of service and refurb work for major corporations around the United States.
So if somebody has a system with an EGA or a CGA monitor, they come to you, purchase a monitor and a cart from you folks?
That's correct. The VGA color card basically put us in business a couple years ago with the price coming down so low on that. What it is this VGA card snaps into your motherboard and you can plug in a 15-pin VGA monitor and it upgrades you to color. It's very simple. The monitor costs run between $150 and $295 for the standard VGA to $295 for the latest IBM 8514, 15, and 8518 monitors. That's an SVGA monitor.
How do the prices for a refurb differ from a price of a new monitor?
The new monitors run between $550 and $900. Our prices run between $150 and $295, and that includes anywhere from a 60-day to a 6-month warranty. For $37.50, we have a complete 1-year warranty, which gives you basically 14 to 18 months. We really stand behind our warranty. We're located right off Interstate 95 in Wilmington, Delaware.
Right. Is this your first trek up to New England?
This is our first trip to Massachusetts. We've been in business for 2 years. Our primary area is the Virginia, Maryland, Washington, D.C., Delaware, Pennsylvania area, and we're real excited to be up here in Massachusetts. It's early in the show, and we've already had a very good day. We love it up here.
Good. Are you going to be coming up for other shows?
We'll be up here about 3 times a year. We've already been contacted by one of the other show promoters here in town, and we signed up for 2 shows, so we'll be approximately here 3 times a year, and we're only 2 days away from UPS.
And if somebody purchases something from you folks and they have a problem with it, they can bring it next time you're at a computer fair? And
No, what we have is we have a unique warranty. If you have any problem with one of our monitors, I mean, they're not that complicated. We refurb them. We really do know what we do. We have 25,000 square feet of just monitors, 8 people working refurbing them in parts. If you have a problem with your monitor, you call us. We send you another monitor. This way you have a box. You can send your problem monitor back to us, and we'll refurb that and find out what the problem is. This way you're only without your monitor for approximately 2 days.
For people that may not know, what's the rationale in upgrading from an EGA to a VGA? Why do they want to do it?
Well, for example, a lot of the new programs do not run on anything but VGA. The CGA, monochrome, they've had their span in time. Like, for example, Windows doesn't run on the older monitors. You need VGA color to run the DOS, to run the Windows, to run the games. A lot of the new games are enhanced by the color. Plus, it's just very pleasant when you get there at 8 o'clock in the morning and turn your monitor on and you see a bright, colorful monitor. It's a little nicer than the monochrome. And we've had a tremendous amount of success because of this.
Great. Well, thanks, Bill. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you very much, and we're glad to see you, and we hope to see you at the next show.
And enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you very much.
And that's it from PC Fest at the Big E in West Springfield. For Andy Doty and PC Voyage, I'm Rainey Laviolette. Wow, I had a lot of fun doing that computer fair.
It was nice to get out, wasn't it?
A little bit, a little casual, a little fun. What did you think was the best part of the fair?
I thought it was the ability to talk to the people, and you know, you can ask them honest to goodness questions. Say, hey, look, you know, is this, what do you think I should get? What's the best deal? What's hot today? What's not? And they seem to know their things. And you get a lot of help too.
One of the things to keep note of too is that there are more than one organization that put on computer fairs in this area. One of the best places to find out about them is a lot of times in the classified ad section, especially the Springfield paper or any local paper. A lot of times the computer fair managers will put a little classified under the computers for sale section on the shows that are coming up, so that's a good way to keep track of them. Also, if you belong to a computer users group, a lot of times you can get either discount coupons or find out about upcoming shows in the area. So some good little tips to pass along.
Definitely, definitely. If you get the opportunity, go to a computer show. It's well worth. You can save a lot of money. Potentially
As long as
save
you
a lot
don't
of
pay
money.
too much to get in.
That's right. That's right. And next up, the trivia answer.
Here are this week's computer trivia answers. Number 1. Data General Corporation was founded by Edison DeCastro. And number 2. The verify command makes sure data was copied correctly.
We have too serious of a staff on this show.
Definitely. And next up, here's Keith Davis, our illustrious producer, with Bits and PCs. Keith?
Hi, I'm Keith Davis. You know, a personal computer can be a great source of fun and entertainment and help around the house or the office, but when things go wrong with a computer, they can also be a great source of aggravation. In fact, you may have heard of the nerd's inverse law of aggravation, which simply states when something goes wrong with a computer, the level of frustration we hit is inversely proportional to our lack of knowledge about how the computer works. And actually, I just made that up, but you probably agree with me that in most cases that's true. And what I always recommend is that people, when they have a computer, learn a little bit about how the computer works from the DOS prompt. And if you spend an hour or two a week or an hour or two a day, it would be helpful to devote a little bit of time to learning the DOS commands and learning how things work from the command prompt. Now, you don't have to really learn how the operating system itself works, because if you can take care of problems by using the DOS commands and the diagnostic features that are available, 95% of things that go wrong can be diagnosed right from the command prompt, and that's as far as you have to go. There's a lot of shareware and public domain utility programs available that you can get from a bulletin board or at a computer fair, which help in diagnosing problems. And there's other software available too, like PC Tools and Norton Utilities. And between these and the features that DOS has to offer, you can usually figure out what goes wrong with your system. And that's what I'm going to be doing in the upcoming shows, is going over some of the basics of how the operating system works. But the important thing is that you do learn to do things from the command prompt. And there's a lot of other things you can do from the command prompt that are not spectacular, but they're very useful. You can run programs on your computer by making batch files that are a list of commands that get a program running. And there's a lot of other things you can do too. So in upcoming shows, we'll be going over some of these commands and helping you to get more familiar with how your computer works. We'll see you then.
Our staff can't count either. You know, one of the important things with giving the address is that people can write to us and give us their thoughts on the show. And we hope you enjoyed the computer fair this week. We've got a lot of exciting things coming up, and you know, we need your letters and your comments. Yeah, your input.
Input, definitely.
To use a computer term. So we can put together better output. We need your input. And on that note, let's You know, one other thing I'd like to take is a little referendum, a little poll, so to speak, on whether people actually like Chip. You know, we haven't had him on all year, except just to give him these menial parts of reading the trivia question and reading the trivia answer. And we think that's good. You know, nobody here is complaining, and actually, in fact, nobody here misses him. And if you think we should keep him, think we should make him sound a little bit better, or think we should just flush him completely.
Give him the axe. Yeah. Right in, please.
Kill his soundtrack. Let us know. Let us know. We'll pass the word along. And here's the address.
If you have any questions, or if you have any comments about the show, please write to us. Our address is PC Voyage, P.O. Box 6295, Holyoke, Massachusetts, 01041. We appreciate hearing from you.
Now, that was a great address. I've never seen Chip do a better job with that address.
What are you trying to say, Rainey?
Let's get rid of Chip completely. Let's maybe put a human voice on that.
Let's let them decide. Let's let them decide. And here's Donna Lee with the PC Voyage News.
And now for the PC Voyage News. DAC Industries is offering a 16-bit soundboard with bundled software for $199.90. The BSR Media Master soundboard provides a built-in CPU, 384 kilobytes of memory, and CD quality sound. It's compatible with the MPC multimedia standard. The bundled software includes audio recording, mixer, jukebox, and music launcher programs. Line and microphone input jacks are provided. Line output jacks for connections to headphones, a stereo system, or optional powered speakers are also included. DAC Industries is based in Canoga Park, California. Computer viruses may spread more slowly and less widely than some current estimates project, according to a study conducted by an IBM scientist. Researcher Jeffrey Kephart of IBM's Computer Sciences Department says that unlike some types of human illnesses, which spread homogeneously throughout the population, computer viruses tend to extend locally from neighbor to neighbor. He notes that local infections spread more slowly and can be controlled by intervening as soon as the problem has been detected. Kephart says PC viruses are a manageable problem. The largest ever seizure of pirated software has been made by U.S. Marshals in New Jersey and California. Microsoft says the raids on 10 locations netted over 150,000 copies of DOS 5.0, representing a street value of about $9 million. The Marshals also seized manufacturing equipment, packaging, manuals, holograms, and blank discs. The materials filled 16 18-wheeler tractor-trailer trucks. Jim Lowe, a Microsoft attorney, says, "We hope that the exposure of such massive fraud on the American consumers will persuade Congress to strengthen the criminal penalties for copyright infringement." Microsoft has developed Visual Basic for MS-DOS, a DOS-based edition of its popular Windows programming system. Like its Windows counterpart, Visual Basic for MS-DOS combines the ease of graphical design with the power and versatility of traditional programming. The system allows programmers to simply draw a user interface and then attach code that responds to various user-initiated events. Forms, menus, 15 standard controls, and a full-featured programming language allow users to develop applications simultaneously for both DOS and Windows. Intel will spend $400 million to expand its chip plant in Santa Clara, California. The company says it will add 12,000 square feet to the facility, which is currently used for research and development work. Production is set to begin in mid-1993, and the plant is expected to reach full capacity by 1994. The expansion will create about 250 new jobs. Intel's commitment runs counter to the decision of many high-tech manufacturers to abandon Silicon Valley for less costly locales. And finally, Forbes magazine reports that Microsoft chairman Bill Gates heads its annual list of richest Americans. At age 36, Gates is the youngest person ever to hold the #1 spot. He replaced entertainment mogul John Klug, 78. Forbes estimates that Gates' fortune grew by $1.5 billion to $6.3 billion. Klug's wealth fell about $400 million to $5.5 billion, notes the magazine. Presidential candidate and computer services entrepreneur Ross Perot, 62, saw his wealth increase by $200 million to $2.4 billion. Perot holds the number 19 slot on the magazine's list. Portions of the PC News were provided courtesy of the Prodigy Services. I'm Donnelly DePro.
You know, going to the computer fairs is, as you said, a great place to buy software, buy hardware. In fact, one of the things you can get there is good shareware. That's probably one of the best places, and a lot of the vendors there that sell shareware, I guess that's the right word for it. One of the good questions to ask them, as we talk about in the interview, is to ask if they are a member of the Association of Shareware Professionals. That's an organization that's put together to try to ensure that you get good shareware and that you don't get viruses when you buy a piece of shareware. And it's still always advisable on any piece of shareware that you have, virus check it. We can't stress that enough. That's probably the biggest message we always have around here is virus check it. In fact, I was talking to somebody yesterday who had a virus on his system. We don't know what caused it, but he had a virus on his system. So you may not know you have it until something goes wrong. So keep that system checked.
Virus check everything.
That's right.
Before you put it in.
And on that note.
And on that note.
Andy, you got a fan club. It's growing. It's 2 now.
Can we have your autograph?
Sure. See me later.
No.
See you later. And on that note, I'm Andrew Doty.
And I'm Randy Laviolette. And they're your fan
Until
club.
next week. Get out of here.
Good job, guys. I had nothing to do with it.